a must for me to present this topic because I came from school to another school, visited from one school to another school. Okay, most of them comment on the outcome of learning English is relatively low, and also it is proved from the PISA results 2009 in the Indonesian students tend to have lower order thinking, meaning that they have started to be critical of to have higher order thinking, but still in a very beginning level or in a very limited level. Okay, for the rest of the presentation, my co-researchers will go on. Okay, this topic. Okay, Ramisa, time is yours.
Okay, thank you. Okay, good morning and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I'm going to share what we have found in some school in Northern Bandung. Yes. Okay. We believe that based on this PISA result, that Indonesian students tend to have a lower order thinking. So we provide a strategy which is a very simple, but I believe that it will be useful for the teachers in any kind of situation, telling living stories as an innovative. Okay, so let's take a look. What is living stories? Story is considered as a holistic approach to language learning, and it is a medium for us to share our ideas, experience, and events. And this living story means that a story which has the topic in which the topic is very much familiar with children's world, with students' daily life. Why telling living stories? Okay, it is believed that telling living stories has many benefits for children. Research conducted by CITTA in 2008, it proved that telling living stories is a joyful learning because students feel that they tend to play in the classroom rather than studying in the classroom. And then, when we tell a story to our students, we not only transfer the story, but we also make the contact with students. We can involve students to our story. It means that we can engage them to our story. And besides, it is a living story, which is a very near with students' life, students' daily activity. So they will know what they need to talk. It will motivate them to talk in the classroom. And of course, all of this is a meaningful learning because students can connect what they have in their prior knowledge to what they get in the classroom. And then, how this strategy is implemented in this classroom? First, we give a stories, of course, with familiar topic with the students, and in this case, we use in the form of video also to improve students' understanding into the stories. And then teacher gives students some questions about their experience related to the story. And after that, students give their comments and responses to what questions. The interesting is, teacher can use open-ended question. Open-ended question means that there is no quick answer for that question. So students is given opportunity to give their response, comments based on their prior knowledge without being worried of making mistake. After that, students give their response and then we give them to work in group. So in group they can discuss with other friends. They can compare their response with their friends' response. Okay. And how we track the students' critical thinking, how we assess the critical speaking of the young learner in the classroom. We use taxonomy, Bloom's taxonomy, which has 6 cognitive competences, but the critical thinking is appear in the 3 highest level, starting from analyzing, evaluating, and creating. So when students do this analysis that the critical thinking is developed there. Okay, I will show you a short dialogue between it's a little sample, short dialogue between the teacher and students. So after giving the video, and teacher asks, okay, if you are the end, how many fruit that will be given to the grasshopper? And students will have different answer because they have different experience with that. For example, and then teacher followed by asking why. It is the main point. We ask why. We sport student to think more, not only with the fake answer, but to find the reason why. Okay, the first student say that 3 because for the mom and also the dad, and the second student say 2, 1 for lunch and 1 for dinner. So teacher doesn't have teacher doesn't need to need the student's answer. Just ask the reason why. And also, based on the observation classroom, we find that students very enthusiastic in the learning process. They answer the students' questions, and also they bravely share their opinions and compare with their friends in the group. Besides that, we also conducted interview with some students, and students look happy and excited to participate in their classroom activity, as if they were learning while playing. And then students also learn new vocabulary more easily from the story, because the vocabulary in the story is something which is useful for them in their daily life. And also, they seem to be brave and confident to share their opinions, give comments with their friends without feeling scared of making mistakes. So, in conclusions, we believe that telling living stories seems to be a joyful learning strategy to nurture critical thinking of the students. And the open-ended question, which is used by the teacher, may stimulate students to speak critically, not only with the fixed answers such as, for example, who is the character, when or where the story takes place, but try to support the students to think more. Okay. And then, critical speaking of students could be seen from the language used to answer the teacher's question by providing reasons based on their prior knowledge and their experiences. I think that's all. Is there any addition?
Okay, the whole conclusion that we would like to say is telling living stories, okay, are telling about what the students usually do in their daily life. Because if the teachers talk about storytelling, they talk about narratives, they talk about fables, okay, about legend, etc. And then the students get bored because, for example, the legend of Sangkuria, long time ago, sometimes the content of the story, Sora is not appropriate with the students' word anymore. That's why I decided to apply telling living stories, and Alhamdulillah, the student responded positively by showing their enthusiasm to participate in the classroom activity. And then we also applied this strategy in some school in North Bandung, and the result is similar. The students started to give their opinion by speaking critically. If we talk about critical speaking, don't ever imagine about critical speaking done by university students. No, that's totally different. Critical speaking, in young learners here is very simple. When the student, wants to give opinions, idea, comments, agreement, disagreement about things beyond the average students do, that's critical. Okay, not like debate in university, level or debate among politicians. No. So critical thinking can be defined as a very simple way. When we give a question to our little kids, and then yeah, why do you like orange? And then the kids say, okay, because the color is orange. Okay, I think it's very critical because the common kid will say because it's sweet. Yeah, actually the kids here try to express what unusual comments given by the students. So this is what we have done in Bandung, especially about nurturing critical thinking in all English skills, not only the writing on the written one and also the spoken one. So we try, so far about this. And then last but not least, I would like to highlight that teaching, okay, through storytelling or telling living, things is not that easy for the teachers because the teachers have to have good knowledge of linguistics and good knowledge of text type. Without having good knowledge, I'm sure this is only something only a story. The teacher do not realize this through their activity. Thank you very much.
Please give applause to